Scenes are some of the hardest things to get down in the world. Okay, let's say that you have so many elements, you have so many different elements, literally just have so many different elements to keep manage of, but that's fine since we have multiple editing stuff and stuff like that. And today we're going to be introducing Scene to Story. So Scene to Story is basically making a scene to a full entire story or something close to that. So today we're going to be going over the introduction paragraph for not my story, but a new story I have conjured just for this video. And in future times we'll be going over the climax segment of it, or the resolution, conclusion, or maybe just in the middle of the book where people normally get bored of the book. We'll see how we keep the writers alive, the readers alive and well. All right, let's begin. Hello, friends. Whether you come from recommendation pages to comment sections to emails, hello. It's a pleasure to see you all again. My name is Ryan, the author, and this is The Path in the Pen. Whether it's your first time here or you are a reoccurring character, it's nice to see you all again. I can't stress that enough. Comment down below. I respond to all comments, and I will create a conversation. That's one of the perks of talking here, community. All right, let's begin. So basically, I'm going to read this paragraph out, and we'll go from there. All right, so narrator voice. The summer sky turned red at night. Angela loved the coral from the beach, brisking the water with grains of sand. Now, if you're just by yourself, you can find peace in the rush of the waves, the push of the wall of sand. A constant battle. He was just here for the summer. Gran always loved the water, said it kept him alive. He used to think she meant dehydration, but this feeling, it wasn't dehydration. It was how his body gained peace, because even in a war, you can find peace. In peace, you find a call to action. Angelo knew one thing and one thing only. This summer was going to change his life. So you see, that does so much for our story, because we are able to see so much and so many other pathways that build off of this. So we can have like a paranormal stuff, since, we build off of that. Someone probably, it was past tense whenever we brought up Gran, so it's presumed that she has passed away. So that could be paranormal with ghost stuff if you want to go venture out that far. It can be, most likely, most people will do a coming of age story. It can be a romance story, it can be fantasy, it can be grimdark. You can do a lot of things, because we bring up the fact, and we'll get into everything else in this, we bring up the fact that we're in summer. The summer sky turned red at night, and we're by a beach. We're not seeing the setting fully in the society, so we still have levels and intrigue for if he's in a car or if he's walking or if he's on a horse, etc. We get to see those things, but we also get intrigued because this can be fantasy, this can be anything, because we bring up the fact that because even in a war you can find peace. Is that inner war or is it an outer war? And you can branch so many things off that it literally can branch the reader's intrigue off the charts, right? And I really want to stress this enough, is that your first paragraph is phenomenal for your story if you do it correctly. And what I mean by that is that if you look at the pacing, we are able to see, and just the story structure in general, we are able to see that Angelo thinks a lot. He thinks a lot on the past. He does a lot of past tense, and he likes feeling the sensation of everything, whether it be ears, smell, etc. But so many things, I really like the pacing that I made here. I made this paragraph 119 words in 10 minutes, but it's just the paragraph, it seems like it's almost like a calm ocean wake, right? The waves brushing, right? You could find peace in the rush of the waves, the push of the wall of sand. And while readers reading that, they get to zone in on the story, potentially on the first paragraph. And that is what you want to do, is you want to get your readers so intact that they're zoned out by that first paragraph. And it's really hard to do that, and it depends on the reader. And obviously, if you zone out and you've reread your story many times and even you zone out on it, then that's a pretty decent thing, because you just zone out. You're just in the zone after one paragraph that's only like 119 words, which 119 words is a lot, I guess, for some people, but still. All right, so well, I was going to say, this is a bit of a writing exercise. It's not mandatory. You don't have to do it. Most people are going to quit. But if you want to see it and branch off with the story, and we can keep on building on it, then we can actually make a scene go from a scene to a story, like a full-on story. And this is why I was integrating it, is that we get this thing, and I want you to write the second paragraph. Just the second paragraph. If you want to do more, you are free to do so. But do the second paragraph for the story, and I want you to introduce dialogue, characters, okay? And then also how Angelo is thought-provoking, and he thinks a lot. And also bring out the effect of maybe even his pacing. His pacing is sometimes long-sensed, but that is the only one where he is dived into feelings and his sensations in touch, feel, smell, etc. But also introduce us just to the story, the society, so we can get that second paragraph. So in 2 paragraphs, you have a well-grounded story that can build only higher. And I really want to see this. I am excited. If anyone wants to contribute and just write one down, I will be thrilled. I'll be reading it. And maybe we can, I don't know, maybe in the comments down below, you let me know if we want to actually make a full entire story out of this. Or maybe we just skip to maybe the middle of the book or a middle of a whole different story and see out of context how this can still bring new information out of it. And yeah, I feel like that's something we really need to do. And I'm really liking the idea of this little kind of like a subgenre in our podcast. And it's Seen a Story. I really like the name of that. And I'm really looking forward to everything that's going to happen later. And I'm just super stoked. And I'm sorry that the file corrupted and I had to remake this video, but I am super stoked for any of y'all, anyone. Don't be shy. You own your own writing, and you know it's not your story. It is technically ours in a sense, but able to take that and go off with it. I'm excited. I'm thrilled to be able to see where you go in the direction: horror movie, romance, coming of age story, fantasy, dark fantasy, etc. And I can't wait. So let's hit to the outro. All right, that was quite a bit. And yeah, man, I have to just say this. I thank you for staying consistent, viewers. My community, I never wanted it to feel like it's just a one-way conversation where you're talking to a brick wall. I've had way too many relationships like that, and I see y'all more than as just viewers, right? I mean, you support me, that's phenomenal, but friends support each other, and I'm trying to support everyone and remember every single thing about your project and everything that you built on it. And, you know, it's getting a bit harder now that some more people are commenting, but I'm still retaining most of the information and learning more about y'all, and it's super exciting. And thank y'all so much for the support. Like, I'm on, I think, 91 subscribers. That is phenomenal. I am so grateful. I've been inconsistent, and I know people are like, yeah, you're human, bro. Yeah, but I think I need to be a bit more consistent with that. And it will be starting this Sunday. I'm going to be able to do a lot more podcast episodes and start maybe this whole little mini series of Seen a Story within our podcast episodes, and drop some more stuff and, you know, really give out that exercise feeling so that we can realistically actually have that full-on breakthrough in your writing, because nothing's better than writing than me seeing information, but writing that information down and applying it. And just keep on doing you. I'm going to edit this video real quick. Thank y'all so much, and I can't wait to see y'all in the comments. Thank y'all very much.